Hello there and welcome to Fairyland Cottage, and thanks very much for joining me here today. It was a rainy day here, so I thought I would do some baking and share with you 3 muffin recipes that are easy to make and delicious. Let's get into the first one, being chocolate banana. Now, who doesn't love the combination of chocolate and banana? And to make this really healthy, I'm going to use raw cacao. Raw cacao is packed full of antioxidants among other minerals. For these 3 recipes, they're all slightly similar. So I'm always going to use spelt flour. I'll always use wholemeal spelt flour because it has a higher fiber content, which is great for our digestive system. And I will use coconut sugar in all these recipes, but you can substitute with some brown sugar or whichever sugar you like. I love using coconut sugar because it has a low GI number. I'm going to mix the bananas and then add to that some maple syrup. And I have the coconut sugar there, and then when I've got all the wet ingredients ready, I'm going to add the dry ingredients. Really super simple. And for all these 3 recipes, I'm going to use 12 muffin cases. And I also preheat the oven to about 180 degrees centigrade. It's around 350 Fahrenheit. And about 12 to 15 minutes later, you've got yourself a moist, nutritious muffin. The next one is a lemon and chia seed muffin. I love this one. I think the lemon zest and the lemon juice add a lovely summery flavour to it, and then chia seeds are packed full of things like antioxidants. They're really high in protein, they're also high in fibre and other minerals like manganese. Similar to the first muffin, I'm going to be using spelt flour again, and on all of these I'll use about 1.5 cups. And I'll always use baking soda and baking powder. Always things like a pinch of salt. The only reason I sieve it through is because with the wholemeal there can be a few little grains. I just put that back in the flour and reuse that for the bread. But they say when you sieve flour it can just help make muffins a little bit lighter, so I just go with it. Things like the coconut sugar and the lemon zest. And then I'll always do the liquid separate in a different bowl. There's some plant-based milk, some maple syrup, some lemon juice, some vanilla extract and some rapeseed oil. I'll use rapeseed oil because it's readily available in Ireland, but any other vegetable oil should work. And then add the dry to the wet. Using vegetable oil just gives them a lovely moist flavour, and then at the very end add the chia seeds. So you've got that lovely lemony zest and then that crunchy chia seed. It's a lovely combination. Similar to the first ones, around 15 minutes for this one. At the same temperature, 180 degrees. And they are light, they're moist with that little crunch from the chia seed. The last muffin I'm going to make is some raspberries and walnut muffins. I'm going to use raspberries because we've got tons on the raspberry bush outside in the garden, and walnuts are a great nut. They're really high in omega-3s and of course protein. And they give a lovely crunch, so you've got the sweetness of the raspberry with the crunch of the walnut. So all you need to do first is crush the walnuts down. I just use a pestle and mortar, but whatever is handy, go for it. And similar again with the spelt flour. baking soda and baking powder, a pinch of salt and coconut sugar. So I'd love to know down below, what are your favourite things to do when it is raining outside? Now I know a lot of you have really hot weather, but in Ireland during the summer we'll get cold days, loads of rain, so baking is my favourite thing to do on the rainy days. And always put in walnuts at the end and then the raspberries at the very end. So these are really simple to throw together, and it's really nice to just always have a little snack that you can go to when you're having a cup of tea. These are really high in fibre, they've got some protein in there, there's other minerals in there as well, and they are low in, of course, refined sugar, using the coconut sugar instead. That's it for this week. 3 very simple muffins that you can just throw together. Let me know down below if there's any other muffin recipes you like. I'm always wanting to add to the collection. Have a wonderful week. Thank you as always for watching the video, and I'll see you next week.